Hey y'all, this is Destiny checking in with today's Daily Diamond. Hey family, as always, I would like to say welcome to anyone who is new and checking out my podcast. I don't know where you've been because we're like 60 plus episodes in, but Lord have mercy, have you got something that you need to catch up on? Before I do anything, I want to take a moment to let you guys know about the giveaway. I am over 2,300 downloads in, and as soon as I hit 3,000 downloads, there will be a giveaway posted on my YouTube channel. I am not a huge YouTube person. The podcasts are available there, but the giveaway and the giveaway rules will be on my YouTube channel. So make sure that you are checking out, looking out for those when they are posted. You know that before I jump into today's topic, I have to thank my sponsors, but I'm so freaking excited because I have a new sponsor to add to the list. So up first, we have Rail Crown Extensions, which is the only hair that I wear. Make sure that you check out Rail Crown Extensions for your lashes, your bundles, your bonnets. And Sade's lashes are now going to be $8, so they're being reduced, and they're going to be available for immediate pickup. Then, of course, you know we have Kisses by Shelly. Kisses by Shelly is my absolute favorite lip gloss, and her official relaunch is December the 6th, so make sure you guys check that out. Then, of course, you know we have my best friend Tiana Nate. Tiana also has a giveaway going on right now. Once she hits 100 subscribers, she will be doing a $50 giveaway. So make sure you like, subscribe, share, and comment all of her videos on her YouTube channel. Then, you know, we have our up-and-coming braider, Lisha. Make sure you check her out for your braids, your buns, your ponytails. I'm really, really excited for all that her and I have planned at the end of November as soon as I take out my Rail Crown extensions. And now on to our newest sponsor. I am so freaking excited because I've been supporting this brand from behind the scenes just as a regular consumer, and I'm so glad and so thankful that this queen has allowed me to help her in her journey. So I would like to take the time to shout out, Nah, I'm Just Pretty. It is literally, Nah, I'm Just Pretty. You've seen me, I'm sure, a couple of times in a bright yellow shirt, and it says you're pretty to be dark skinned, and then at the bottom it says, Nah, I'm Just Pretty. Make sure you check out Nah, I'm Just Pretty headquarters. I will tag her in the description below, but make sure you order. Black girls, you know how important our self-image is, and I cannot wait for my mommy and me photos with my daughter because I also ordered her a Nah, I'm Just Pretty tee. So make sure you check out all of the ladies that sponsor me. Below. They'll all be in the descriptions below. Make sure you check them out and support them and let them know that Destiny sent you. Now, today's topic is a really, really random one. I almost wasn't going to post. It is 7:06. So this one is fresh off the presses. I am literally sitting here and recording. And I'm going to... This one is fresh off of the presses. And I am going to spend some time kind of talking about this one because I wasn't going to post, but I kind of changed my mind. So earlier today, it was kind of brought to my attention, or I guess I was at work, right? And I kept getting asked these questions. And one of the things that was brought up at work, we were talking about data, and we were talking about test scores, and we were talking about all of the things that plague everything that teachers are required to deal with. And in the midst of all of that, we were looking at these numbers, and these numbers were skewed. The numbers that we were looking at and the data that we were looking at, it just didn't make any sense. And so when I thought about this concept of being skewed and data being skewed, I didn't think about it necessarily just in terms of the job that I do, because I know that I have people who are listening and they don't do the job that I do and they don't even understand it, and they don't understand what data looks like in a school, so on and so forth. So that's not even what I'm talking about. But when I talk about this concept of skew, and I talk about this concept of how being skewed can change your perception, that is what I'm talking about. And so I want to take a moment today, take some time today to talk about that. And so when I think about skewed perceptions, how many of us are putting ourselves in a predicament or putting ourselves in a situation in which we are skewing people's perception of us? We are changing and or shifting how we are seen by people. I apologize, guys, but what I'm talking about, or what I was trying to say, how many times and how often do we have these skewed perceptions of ourselves? How many times do we put ourselves in a predicament in which we skew how we are viewed by people? And then how does that affect our data? And when I say data, I don't mean our actual data and our actual tables and all of our graphs and stuff, but how does it affect who we are? I talk about social media a lot in the age of social media that we are in. And one of the things that really, really is interesting to me is how we create this persona online. For a lot of people, they create this persona online that isn't them. And so then when you meet the person or when you see the person, right, it's almost as if you've been catfished because you've got this skewed data on this person. You've got this skewed perception on this person. And so you don't really know how to take it. And so when I talk about the skewed data and the skewed perception, my question is, or the question that I have is, how do we avoid that? How do we put ourselves in a situation in which we don't allow ourselves to have skewed data? We are honest. We are real. We are realistic versions. We have realistic, expectations of all that is required of us and all that we actually do. Why is it that we cannot just be who we are naturally as humans and be wholehearted? Why is it that we have this innate desire or this innate need to skew our perception? Why is it that we have this need or this desire to change our data? Why can't we work with what we have and then build upon what we have? And this is going to be a quick teacher analogy or a teacher reference, right? So say that I'm in a classroom and I get some data on my students and the data is not so good. And the data says that my students need to work on a lot of things and they're behind in this and they're behind in that. As a teacher, right, I don't have an opportunity to skew my data. I have to look at it for what it is, and I have to decide how I'm going to attack, how I'm going to address, how I'm going to adjust with the problem that I have in front of me. Be it an individual problem, be it all of my students, be it a general problem, be it a very specific problem, right? And then once I make that action plan of how I'm going to address it, then I move on. Why is it that we can't follow that same analogy? Why is it that we can't follow those same steps in our personal life? Why is it that when we deal with something or we experience something, we skew it? We want to make an excuse for it, or we want to change how it's seen, or we want to change how it's done. We don't want to just accept that data for what it is and then develop an action plan around it, develop a solution around it. And I also want to take a moment to say, like, why are we as people, why are we so critical? Why are we not solution-based individuals, right? This week I did like a relief challenge and I asked you to relieve yourself of something. And then I kind of sort of talked about honesty and how we needed to be a little bit more honest, right? We needed to relieve ourselves of a stress and relieve ourselves of something. And then we really, really, really needed to take an opportunity to work on our honesty. And so today I ask you and I challenge you, when you think about you and you focus on you, how could you work on your data? How could you work on who you are as an individual and always, always, always putting forth your best foot, putting forth your best effort, putting forth your best example of who you are at all times? How is it, or how should we not, how could we not skew ourselves, right? We don't want to look at a blurry picture. How could we make that picture crystal clear? How could you make it clear? How could you make it evident to the world, to your job, to your friends, that this is the person that you are dealing with? These are the problems that I have, and I am still worth it. And either you are going to deal with me or you are not going to deal with me. And I don't know why we have this desire, like I said, to pump fake. It's not even necessary. Just be who you are at all times, in all situations, because you are who you are. And you have the right to be who you want to be. You have the right to be the best version of yourself at all times. And even if that best version has some imperfections, continue to be who you are. I don't know what has happened with us where we have just decided that's not who we're going to be. And it's crazy to me because it's almost as if people get shocked when they're around somebody who's always real and always honest. They like kind of sort of don't know how to handle it. So what has happened? What is going on with us? Well, that's not the case. We don't know how to handle somebody who is real. We don't know how to handle someone who is honest. And then if we get them, they are almost a dose of medicine that we can't handle. We can't stomach it. Why do we have to do that? Why do we have to walk around with these skewed perceptions of who we are? It even likens itself, and it makes me think about how, everybody goes up under the knife and everybody is an Instagram model with a filter on, and everybody is a different version of themselves on the internet versus than who they are in real life. Why can't you let your hair down? Why can't you be who you are and who God intended you to be, who Allah intended you to be? Why do you have to be someone else?
Can I use you as a
And so
on a professional level?
today, I challenge you, or tonight I should say, I challenge you to think about that. How could you change your data on yourself? How could you stop giving a skewed perception of yourself so that you could be the best version of yourself at all times, and so that you put people in a predicament where they have no choice but to accept the version of yourself that you are? And with that, and with what all I'm saying, I'm going to always, as always, apologize for my children in the background. But this is as real as it gets. I'm a mom, I'm a wife, I'm a teacher, and I happen to be a mother of 2 toddlers. So I apologize for the background noise, but I really, really, really wanted to get this one out here because today is indeed Wednesday, and tomorrow is my last podcast of the week, and I know that there is someone out there who is listening. And so I challenge you today to figure out how you don't have to skew your data anymore. And this is Destiny signing out with today's Daily Diamond. I'll see you guys tomorrow.